politically, the role of any political leader is to ensure that they steer their people towards stability, towards peace, and socio-economic prosperity. They must serve the people. They must not serve the self-interest of one individual here, who, in my own view, is clueless. They must not serve the interests of some quarters who are only after incitement. It is unfortunate that most of our leaders, when they get any opportunity, instead of telling people something or anything that is productive, that is beneficial to their social and economic well-being, they keep on just praising an individual for nothing, even introducing the name of an individual where nobody expects it. Surely, we are not getting it right. In terms of performance indicators, our leaders here have made it an habit that if they go to a function and they don't mention the name of some individual, then they have not performed. Look at that. That is total madness. They should come and tell people the good things that can enhance our economic status, the good things that can enhance our social status. That is what I expect them to address. I expect them to listen to wananchi. If the roads are bad somewhere, if the health facilities are lacking some drugs or stuff, they should be addressing those ones. But in most of the cases, when they rise up, they will just tell you, oh, sisi hapa kwetu tukipata mwenye anapinga fulani, huyo ndiye adui ya wananchi. How? And surely, why must we do that? Why must you just go out and incite the public? And tell the public that there are certain people who are inciting or who are undermining your demigod. We are not going to operate like that, and I'm just advising our local politicians, more so the ones that come from Luoland. I'm advising you that it is good to be united. You keep on telling us that, oh, as a community, let us unite. It is good to be united. And it is bad to cheat yourself and live under some illusion that you are united when you have not read, when you have not analyzed the so-called unity. The Luos historically are people who came from Nile, along River Nile. We have our brothers and sisters who came alongside us. Some branched to go and look after cows and so on. We have the Nilot, the Luo Nilots. We have the Nilohamites. People who are good in history know that. So those who follow the River Nile are the Luos. But the ones who are now telling you to unite the Luos, you must unite. Some will tell you that their grandfathers are not Luos. They did not follow River Nile. So why must we now unite under such ones? They are our enemies. The ones who are telling us to be united, yet they know they are not Luos, are the ones who are the enemies of the Luos. They have ensured that the Luos have remained poor. They have ensured that the Luos have not progressed, and yet our Luo brothers and sisters are still following them blindly like that. So my advice, once again, to our political class is that they must open their eyes and start telling people what the people must do to ensure that they progress economically. We have a lot of challenges here. We have a lot of unemployment amongst our highly learned youth, which we must address. So knowing just the history of the Luos obviously does not make you to become a Luo. If you are a Kikuyu and you have read the history of the Luos, you cannot come and tell us that, oh, we the Luos, let's not accept to be united. When your grandfather, comes from another place, maybe you have a grandfather, or your seventh grandfather is from Mount Kenya, or from Western Uku, then you come and start cheating the Luos that, So we are not going to allow that. That kind of blackmail, that kind of self-interest, whereby an individual has balkanized and really brainwashed the Luos into believing that he's championing their rights, while in real sense is championing his own self-interest plus that of his family. We are not going to accept. We want to live peacefully as Kenyans. We don't want to be incited against other tribes. Like we are being told, oh, the Kikuyus are bad. If they are bad, why are you their in-laws? Yeah? Why do you accept them? Why do you want to better yourself, your relationship with them, but the others you keep aside, you tell them that they are bad? So we have been used for too long and for too much. We are not going to accept that one. We must embrace one another and live in harmony in this our beautiful God-given land called Kenya. I think on the political parties, I also share part of the blame, because the truth of the matter is that Luos don't have a party for their own. Even the one they are following, there's no Luo in it. Yeah? Those are the realities that we must really look at. So if we are talking about a tribal party, and we are saying, for example, that ODM is a Luo party, maybe it is a Luo because the Luos have been made to believe that it is theirs. But if you look at the leadership in that party, none of them is a Luo. Eh? Look at all of them and tell me, going by the definition of what is called a Luo, or having come from Nile all the way like this, tell me, in that hierarchy, who amongst them is a Luo? Zero. There's no Luo. So, my Luo brothers and sisters, don't be cheated that ODM is yours. ODM is not yours at all. Hiyo ni ya wenyewe kabisa. And it is a personal enterprise, the way you have seen. If you look at maybe the way they give themselves jobs, like one guy, this is the brother, this is the sister, this is the daughter, these are the in-laws nominated in all these county assemblies. So it does not belong to us. It belongs to the owner, who is not a Luo by definition of Luo. Now, an example of a neighbor that we embraced here is the MP for Suna is Junet, who is doing nothing at all, but whom the people have been cheated and brainwashed to support that, oh, mimi naenda kusaidia baba. I'm very happy that alienda kusaidia baba. Akaribu sawa. Akaribu maneno. So I don't know what he will now tell the people again. I used to tell the people that nyinyi mnafanya makosa hapa. Nyinyi mnafanya makosa. But they were not listening. Even now, I think there are some few who are still not listening. So, a neighbor is not your brother. But a neighbor can come and listen to, if you have maybe a family feud, some small differences or some good thing that the neighbor should hear or help you. He will you will just come in the spirit of good neighborliness, you will come. But culturally, there's no single day when the neighbor will be like your brother. He cannot. He's not a brother. I think even in the Bible, we have that story of the Good Samaritan is there. And some people ask, who is your neighbor? Who is your So the Good Samaritan is there. We know the story. But he could be equated to be a brother. That is true. Cannot be equated to be a brother. So the example of Junet, whom I've given, is a very, very sad story. Because this guy has been used to persecute the Luos, to tread upon the Luos. He is not our brother. He's just a neighbor whom we welcomed here. But being misused to step and really to really step on our toes, on our legs, anakanyaga kila mtu, kila mahali anakanyaga, kila sehemu anakanyaga, is not, and purposefully put there to frustrate our development, to retard us, purposefully put, to work on the Luos, to tame the Luos, a non-Luo, put by a non-Luo, to trod on us. It is bad. Those are the things that I want our people to really open their eyes and see. That now look at in Migori and in the entire Lunyans, look at this guy and the powerful position that he was given, all the influence. Wakati walikuwa wanaenda kwa handshake, it was Junet who went with Raila. No any other Luo apart from Raila's daughter. They went there, three guys. Raila, his daughter, and then this Junet. Then this Junet is the one who was now to coordinate with Uhuru's team and ensure that their perceived enemies were really worked on. Kama ulikuwa unapinga hiyo system, dawa ni Junet working on you like this. So it was a very, very terrible regime, a very, very terrible period, more so to my Luo brothers and sisters who were not even allowed to move closer. Ask these politicians whether they were moving closer to that thing. And had they also succeeded, they wouldn't have moved closer. So it is only by God's grace that they never succeeded. Sisi tungeona moto. So the people who are working now, look at the return rate. The return rate. Those who are in parliament prior to 2022 and those who are there right now, the ones from Luo lands, the ones who are in ODM. If you look at the success rate, it was like 100%. Not that because they were popular, no. It is first of all because they had given money, they had bought those certificates, then people were cheated to believe that they had taken, not they were going to take, people were cheated to believe that they had taken. And they misused the government system then, like the Ministry of Interior and Coordination. They were just on the rampage, forcing everybody, forcing the chiefs, the clan elders, to vote in a particular way. So that kind of madness was here, and the MPs that made it on ODM, it is not that they were so popular, no. It is because they gave out money, it was a business venture, and people were brainwashed to think that they were going to form the government. Yeah. But that will now not obtain in 2027. Wote watanguka. Yeah. I'm now promoting UDA. Afadhali that is closer to the Luos. That is closer to the Luos. because Wajaluo na Kalenjin walitoka sehemu moja wakafuata Nile namna hii. So UDA and the party leader is closer to us, very, very closer to us. He will give his history, where his ancestors came from. Then we say, okay, they came. So I'm not talking about divisive politics, but I'm just trying to address this madness of the Luos must not be divided. Because the guy who is telling us not to be divided is not one of us. So I'm not trying to discriminate other tribes. And remember, I've said here that UDA is good. Other parties are also good. But we must not be told that here is now balkanized, that it is an ODM zone. No. ODM zone, why? Because if it is a party by the Luos, I've really discredited that aspect, that theory, and I've said, no, there's no Luo guy in that. So if we want our own as Luos, and we have found that there's no Luo official in ODM, then we move to the next one. We now look at the Nilot guys, and we say, okay, oh, there's a brother there. Oh, that brother ako na chama, hiyo yake inaitwa UDA, okay, then we can. So if that is the reasoning, then we can go that way, and we'll find that he sasa ya Ruto is closer to the Luos than he ODM. So that is the logic. I think Luos now should start thinking about if they want a party for the Luos, then this is the right time to just analyze and see, okay, where is now our party? In the absence of that, we must open up to other parties. Like I've been promoting UDA. I'm not telling people that UDA is the best and the only one that must be followed, but I'm just saying that in Kenya, or constitutionally, we must now embrace political pluralism. Yeah, we must accept that other parties are there, and we must accept that as human beings, we have to peacefully coexist. So other parties should just venture into Luoland here, sell their policies, ideologies, and if they market themselves properly, then wananchi should be free to join. What I'm opposed to is the idea that the Luo region must only be under one party, that they are being cheated is their party. No, that cannot be, and I'm opposed to it. So I know there are so many like-minded guys around here that are going to help me oppose that. And allow me also to say that Luos are very, very friendly people. Hawana hii uchoyo. The Luos will share with their brothers and sisters. But there are people who proclaim to be Democrats. In fact, they are not, because a Democrat is supposed to be somebody who is equitable. How do you even convince yourself that you are a Democrat, but when you get employment opportunities, you only think about yourself and your family? Yourself and your family. And then you are using a tribe to say that you are a Luo. So on behalf of Luos, for example, if you go to Siaya, on behalf of Luos, the senator there is Raila's brother. On behalf of Luos, when you go to Kisumu, the women rep is Raila's sister. On behalf of Luos, if you go to Iala, the MP there nominated is Raila's daughter. Oburu, his brother, was just there. So that is now turning to be a family enterprise where an uncle exits or the daughter gets in. The County Assembly of Migori here, I know Raila's real sister-in-law has been nominated here for a second time. The similar story is similar in Mutembei, Kisumu, Siaya. Then this is the guy who proclaims to be a Democrat. How? Where? Where is the equity? When you are only able to see your family and you are bold enough to stand and say that, oh, we ni nyeupe kama pamba. It is not. So the Luos must really reason. The Luos must open their eyes. If they don't want to open their eyes, then we are in for a problem. So, yeah, ng'ombe. Si wengine wanasema hata sisi ni ng'ombe, sisi tunafuata tu. Tukiambiwa sisi tunafuata tu, sisi ni ng'ombe. Even if nothing is said in a rally, people will just clap. Like somebody can just stand up and ask, oh, now wananchi wenzangu, mnaona ile kitu naona? Je, mnaona ile kitu naona? Then people just answer in the affirmative that wanaona. Na hakuna kitu wanaona. That is madness. And this madness has gotten into the heads of our young men, our young educated men who have chosen not to reason at all. Instead, they will go there, hurl abuses, shout, matusi bore. They don't know what they are following. And they have been brainwashed. So recently, there was a bad incident in Kisumu where the legitimately elected Luo Council of Elders, and that is Kir Nyandiko Ngadi, went to have a meeting in Ofafa. That Ofafa is a Luo property and the custodian of the Luo property. The people who are supposed to be responsible for that asset called Ofafa and some others, which unfortunately have been grabbed. Quite a lot that were registered under the Luo Union, which is now under the Luo Council of Elders. Quite a lot has been grabbed. And people don't want us to question these things. When you question what is happening with the property of the Luos, then you are taken to be an enemy. So the brainwashing is too much. Even some of the seniors, people who are now in their 70s, they complain quietly like this, but they don't want to come out and say that that is wrong, that is wrong. I think at a certain age, you are supposed to say the truth. Like at my age, I'm now an elder, or I qualify to be in the Council of Elders. So, as a member of the Council of Elders, and we had even reduced the age to be 45. So, people who are 45 and above are potential members of the Luo Council of Elders. They should question where our property went to and why one family that states very clearly that they are not Luos must now take our property. So that is a debate. It is not dividing anybody. It is in the open market. Like if I stand up here to state my ancestors, I will state my ancestors. If I'm, say, from Pukomo, then I should say I'm like this, I'm from Pukomo, so that my family lineage can be traced and ascertained whether I'm a Luo or not. But if I stand before cameras and I state that I'm not a Luo, then I come on one side and say that, oh, now, Juthurwa, let us not be divided. Which Juthuru? Because you have stated Juthuru, Your family lineage is, you have stated it there. Then you come here to tell us a lot of nonsense, dividing us and really stagnating our economic development and prosperity, and inciting us and abandoning us. When you see good things are there, you abandon and you forget everybody. You only think about yourself. So those ones we refuse. Flatly, we refuse. Our Luo politicians, I want you to come out in the open and help us reclaim our stolen assets. The assets that were registered under Luo Union, come and help us reclaim them now. You must not fear that if you talk in the open, you will not be given a certificate. 2027, it will be a different ball game. It is wananchi who will decide whether your party is called Gweno, Gweno is a new term for hen, or is called Dhiang, or nothing, but you are in good books with wananchi, they will vote for you. Hii biashara ya kununua certificate haitakuwa tena mwaka 2027. So stop worshiping whoever you have been worshiping. It is different now. You must come out and speak. If you don't come out and or intervene on behalf of the Luos, if you don't come and talk on behalf of them, if you are fearing that you will be in bad books and you will be denied that certificate, then just know that the people will elect leaders who are listening to them right from now. People will elect leaders who they feel are serving their interests, not leaders who are serving an individual's interests. So it will be different.